evening, everybody. This is Johnny Seville. This is your executive summary for stock setups for Thursday. Now, take a look at the S&P 500. Again, the open range has indicated upwards, and we've continued to go up every single day. We're now pushing up into these recent highs that you can see here on the high of 24. Let's change this index actually. There we go. Okay. Let's get the proper variables. All right, pushing up towards the high of 2405.77. Obviously, we are going into a US long weekend, so we've got limited trading on the rest of the duration of the open range, but this should likely carry through till Wednesday, the 31st of May. Now let's take a look at the high yield bonds as well. Most of the smart money indicators have been following the open range upward move. So for the short term, that seems to be the place to focus. But again, there have been some big moves in the downside direction as well. Take a look at lows. This was, of course, one of the ones we indicated last night. Unfortunately, it didn't hit the entry criteria we were hoping for, but this was something we've been talking about from the big one scan for months. So for those of you that were in the scanning class weeks or months ago, this has been in the big one scan every single day. This had a very high insider selling. It had a lot of different factors that were going on as well. Of course, that long-term, very bearish upward channel. Now, if you miss that trade, there may still be an opportunity here. We'll wait for a rally back up. If it gets up to anywhere near $82, I would definitely look at that as a shorting opportunity with the same criteria we discussed in last night's summary. But again, we've got big moves on the downside. Let's have a look at one of the ones that you could have gotten into. Hog. We've been following that for a long time now. This one, even in an upward market, is still moving down, down on 2.25 million shares today, over 1.38 million shares yesterday. So this is just continuing to drop, looking really good on the short side. Let's have a look on the long side. On the long side, we've got POLA. So there we go. Now this was a potential long. As you can see, it had a nice little rally today, closing the top half of the range, and the money flow is going straight up. So that one's looking good. That, of course, was from last night. We've also got CLW from last night as well, also hitting its entry signal. As you can see, beautiful little fallen angel, and the money flow breaking through zero, which means it's now gone into accumulation zone, which is exactly what we want to see. So CLW also looking really good, triggering through its entry signal today. And another one, a little bit of a lost leader that we've been waiting for, LSCC, finally started to make its move today, going up from 642,000 shares yesterday, 558,000 shares today, so not a huge volume, but what should trigger that volume to come in is the break above 710. But certainly the candle today is very promising, with strong divergence there in moving, the money flow. Again, as you can see back there on Thursday, May 11th, the money flow was down here at 2.98%. We're now at 10% at the same price. So we're seeing better money flow, better accumulation, or better, therefore, indicated smart money buying at the same price. So that indicates accumulation, and this should hopefully start to rally also. So those are the ones most worth mentioning from the newsletter. Now, in terms of some of my favorite short setups, I'd be keeping a close eye on INT, World Fuel Services, maybe in a gigantic possible head and shoulder situation here. So this one I've got on my watch list. This could very well be a decent short now, but it is going to be challenging this support level. So it's either, if you're an aggressive trader, you may get a nice entry on this one at the moment with a stop above the high of this recent candle, but a more conservative entry would be waiting for the break below this kind of 34.80 zone, and if we break below that, this could be a big, almost potentially $20 drop. So that one is definitely worth keeping on your watch list. And in terms of my favorite one on the long watch list, again, it's not quite ready yet, but if this one were to break through this high here, you can see basically above 1853, this could also be very interesting as a long candidate up towards that $22 zone. So that would probably be more actionable than the previous one, because we can actually see there's a trend here in place. And I would look at the this low here, which was 1585, so looking at say 1578 as a stop criteria. Actually, in fact, we can move that even higher, because if we broke through that resistance, then we can look at this previous level here. So we'd actually be looking more like a stop criteria there of 1683. So no, 1673 actually, to go below the 9-day moving average. So 1673 would be the stop criteria I'd look at. So there you go. Those are the ones to watch, and I hope that gives you some good ideas. Have a very happy trading day tomorrow. Take care.